Ashley with Amare. So today we're going to talk about something kind of gross. Also, this is one of those things that doctors have no freaking clue what to do with when it happens to you after surgery, and they have no idea why it happens and all these things, right? But we do. Well, I do. So we're going to talk about burns on your skin from your garment. I have heard people call them lipo burns. That is incorrect. The lipo did not burn you. Let's go over what lipo is. And this doesn't just happen from lipo procedures. This happens from any garment that you wear, period, end of story. And we'll go into that in a second. Why? Lipo is literally a long stick with it's called a cannula. It's like a needle with a hollow portion, and it goes like this inside of you and cuts up the fat and sucks it out. Unless it's smart lipo or vasor lipo or something where it's using ultrasound or radio frequency or heat or something on the end, and again, there are very safe practices around this, there is no such thing as lipo burn. Now, this is coming from my personal experience. I am not a doctor. I am not a surgeon. So that's a whole different thing. But this is something that you guys Google on the interwebs or YouTubes or Instagrams, and you decide that it's a lipo burn. That's not a real thing. At least not in our practice and my philosophy. That's not how that works. You get burned from the garment. What does that mean? So you've either experienced it or you've seen it, and there are going to be some before and afters on our Instagram coming up about this soon. And I do try to repost them when I see them. It's a literal burn in your skin from the garment itself. So I designed our garment, specifically the Amare post-op garment, that has a very soft lining on the inside that is like a stretchy kind of spandex almost, and the outside is power net. The power net, the rough part of the garment, is what burns you. Actually, I'm going to show you. Hold on. Okay, so this is the Amare post-op garment. Let me grab it real quick. Hold on. All right, so this thing, right? On the inside of this garment is this very soft, stretchy, spandexy material. This is the inside of the garment, right? It's lined with it. On the outside is this rough mesh material. This is power net. Power net, without an inside lining, is what burns your skin. Most garments don't have a soft inside lining, or they have a power net outside and the inside is too rough. So that's the number one thing that causes it, is the material of the garment, which is why ours are made very specifically. The other thing that causes garment burn all the freaking time, guys, your skin is so swollen, it's like an overfilled balloon. It's stretched, right? So that skin that's now swollen and stretched is getting friction from the garment, or the garment is squeezing you in places that it's not supposed to, ruining and damaging your skin. So it's kind of like if you buy a $7 pair of sandals, it's going to cut into your feet and rub and cause all kinds of issues and like welts and things like that because there is no protection. So that's number one. Number two, those cheap shoes, that garment that doesn't fit right, is going to still cause you issues even if you pad it up properly with sponge or foam or whatever you're using, or even a tank top, because it's still putting pressure on your body in the places that your body's swollen already. So it's going to cause major issues regardless. The garment itself is not cut right, is too tight or too big, and causing friction against your already swollen skin, causing your skin to be eaten away at. That's what's happening with a garment burn. Your skin is literally being eaten away. So if you are experiencing garment burn against your skin, or you take your garment off and you have pieces of skin that are starting to flake or rip or burn, that's like the mild case. The severe case, you guys get these huge blood blisters, these huge like patches and areas where it turns into either like a welt, or not a welt, I'm sorry, a blister, like an actual blister where the skin is like bubbled and pops, and then the skin comes off and it's really deep, and then we have to heal that with whatever wound care treatment we have you on. Or in really bad cases coming from DR and coming from Miami that I've seen, where doctors don't know what the hell they're dealing with after this, It's a big blood blister. It's like a giant black blister or red, like blood colored blister. And the doctor will then try to cut it out or stick it with a needle and drain it. But guess what, guys? If you're going back into that garment that's causing the same issues, it's going to make it worse and it's going to make it deeper and it's going to be a gigantic problem. So how do we stop the whole garment burn situation? Here's another thing that causes garment burns: chemicals. If you're washing your garment with Tide or Gain or All or anything other than the post-op detergent that we sell, that we recommend, which I'm going to do a video on next week because we're starting to sell them in our online shop, which we're launching next week, which is very exciting. But I'll do a bunch of videos on the products that we're launching in the shop itself later. But if you're using anything that is not a garment detergent, specifically for your garment to disinfect and protect, that is gentle, that treats your garment as well as disinfecting properly, if you're not using that, yeah, those chemicals in the Tide, the Gain, the all of that stuff, that fragrance, whatever it is that is deposited into the garment against your sensitive skin will cause a rash or blisters or garment burn because it's against your skin 24/7. Same thing with your foams. If you're like our lipo foams, which again I'll be doing a video on, our specific Amare lipo foams are machine washable with only our detergent. And hand washable too, but they're meant to be fully disinfected through and through and treated properly. So if that's not happening, yeah, your skin's going to start getting attacked. Here's another thing that adds and causes skin issues and garment burn: Dial and HiPoCleanse. Dial and HiPoCleanse are meant for when your incisions are wet and leaking. After they are closed, after they start scabbing, it dries your skin out too much. It makes your incisions and your scabs really thick and chunky, but also your skin will start flaking like crazy. It dries the crap out of your skin. So any little bit of friction from that garment is gonna rip your skin right off and start causing garment burn. So those are a bunch of things that causes it. Now how do we fix it? Number one, get a proper garment. If you don't know what that is, set up a virtual with me. You cannot just buy any random garment. Stop playing Russian roulette with your garments on Amazon, please, Lord, please. Now, even if you get the garment from your doctor and it is too tight or doesn't fit right or it's causing garment burn, you need a different garment. It's either not cut for your surgery, not cut for your body, too small, there's something wrong if it's causing you that much garment burn where your skin is starting to peel off and you're getting welts everywhere. So, again, garment burn is a gigantic signal that all of the things with your garment is wrong and you need to get help and set up a virtual with me immediately because that is literally going to scar like crazy, number one. Number two, your skin is being ripped off. And number three, it's going to damage your results and you can get a really bad infection if you have an open wound like that and you're not treating it properly. So garment burn, big no-no. Again, it looks like a burn on your skin in like the littlest case. In the biggest case, it's chunks of your skin that are falling off and you have a nice big thick wound. I have literally had clients in the past week. I had a client come in who had to get a wound vac because they had such bad garment burn all over their skin and it was so deep that the garment ate away at like 4 levels of their skin. And they had to get a wound vac for 3 weeks and antibiotics. And that skin, they have to now get skin grafting because the garment ate away at so much skin, their body can't repair it properly. Guys, garment burn is not a joke. If you even have the littlest bit of it, you need to get help with your garment, like immediately. So not kidding, I've seen really bad cases from garment burn that go way too long. Now, if you have a tummy tuck and you're having garment burn in or around that tummy tuck area, that's also a huge problem because the garment burn is ripping away at your skin, which is going to affect your tummy tuck. BBL, I've seen really bad garment burn on the BBLs, guys. Really bad because, again, a lot of BBL garments don't have what we have, which is this protective outside coating and the power net capsule on the inside to hold you. A lot of them are just this power net, this rough material that's against your BBL, pushing against it. Anytime you move inside of that, it's going to cause friction and cut into your skin. It's a net. So that fabric is going to eat away at your skin. So, again, Garment burn on the BBL area, super, super dangerous and will scar. Now, we can take care of the scarring after it's healed. That's not a problem. But if you guys aren't actually with me taking care of that, yeah, it's going to scar really bad. And you can use as much, Mederma in the world, and it's going to get better. But how about we just not let it happen in the first place? Or the minute we start seeing it, we take care of it. So garment burn, again, can look like welts, can look like layers of your skin peeling off. You wind up with actual burn marks on you, and it's from the bad garment or an improper garment or an ill-fitting garment, even if it was given to you by the doctor, which I see so much of. So if you see the first signs of garment burn, set up a virtual with me. We'll figure it out, and we'll figure out what's going on. But basically, a garment burn is from the pressure of the garment not being correct, or using chemicals on your garment, or friction in your garment, or the wrong kind of garment. Again, guys, it's like a bad pair of shoes. If you buy a cheap pair of shoes or a pair of shoes that don't fit you right, you're going to get blisters. It's going to create pressure points. Your feet are going to get beat up from it. It's the same thing with a garment, and even more so because your skin is already so fragile. Now, as far as the soap, going back to that point real quick, we use a very specific post-op soap that is meant for post-surgery, which I did a video a very long time ago on the recovery care products, and there is a code in there. I'm going to do another one once we launch our online shop, because we will have a new code for the online shop, so you guys can start getting these things more readily accessible to you online. But yes, that soap is literally made by a plastic surgery company for plastic surgery skin, because your skin, from being swollen and the anesthesia and the medications you're taking and all of these things, is so different than regular skin. You really should not be using regular soap on your body after surgery, especially not Dove, because Dove, Dial, and HipaCleanse will cause you to flake like crazy. So that soap is also something. Again, I'm going to do videos on all of these in the next couple weeks, so you guys can start purchasing them, and I'll go over these points again. But garment burn is super dangerous, guys. Do not take that lightly, because yeah, skin grafting is like the worst case scenario, where they have to take other pieces of your skin to fill in the area that's been eaten away by the garment. And it's totally avoidable if we just dealt with it right as it happened. Now again, you go to your doctor with this garment burn, and they'll tell you, which I had a case this week, which was insane to me. The doctor was like, oh, it's lipo burn, it's normal. And it was because the garment was way too tight, causing friction on the body, causing really bad wounds on the body in the surgery area. That is not okay. Maybe it's common, but it's not okay. Maybe it's a regular occurrence, that this is like something that happens frequently to people because of bad garments, but it certainly is not healthy for post-surgery body, nor is it conducive to your results. So if you notice garment burn or something starts to look weird on your skin that's not related to the surgery incision area where they actually cut, if it's elsewhere, you guys really got to address that. And like I said, if you're not sure, or you need help on fixing it, or you've gone to your doctor and they're like, oh, it's fine, just leave it, you'll heal, a lot of times what they'll do is put you on antibiotics, which is going to fight off an infection, but not stop the problem. So again, schedule a virtual with me, 732-841-0142. If you're having garment burn, like I said, proper detergent that we sell in our shop, proper soap that we sell in our shop, and a proper garment, which we will be selling in our shop at some point coming soon. So a little bit about lipo burns, which are not lipo burns, they're garment burn. A little bit about how that can look and how that can go. I hope this was informative for you guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. So again, if you do have some signs of garment burn, or your skin's starting to act weird and like flaking really bad and peeling off really bad, please set up a virtual consult with me so that you can get it fixed before it becomes outrageous and you have to get a wound vac and skin grafting. But that was it, guys. I will see you soon. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.